Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 7 of season 7 of Heartland, Best Man. As of course you can tell from the title. When an old friend turns to Ty for help, Ty is torn between his ties to the past and his loyalties to his family at Heartland. One thing I like in this description is that it says family at Heartland. Because of course now he does have a family there. You know, obviously he's engaged to Amy, but that is his family. And basically they were his family on day one. I mean, we saw it basically from the beginning how, even though Jack was kind of hard on him, Jack cared about him. You know, we saw in season 3 when Ty was involved in that plane crash and how Tim basically said to Jack, "You love him." And he's like, "Yeah, he does." Ty is, for all intents and purposes, his son. He never had a son. He had Marion, and I don't know if he had any other children. We've never really heard anything about any other children, so I want to say no. I want to say Marion was the only child. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. So I think Ty, he kind of sees Ty as a son he never had. And so, basically from the beginning, as we know, Jack cared for Ty. Evident with the fact that, you know, in the beginning of season 2, he went off to help Ty when Ty called. He wouldn't have done that for just anyone. Would he have done that for Caleb? I honestly don't know. And that begs another question. Where the hell is Caleb? We haven't seen him at all this season. I know he had, left and gone on the rodeo circuit, so where the hell is he? You know, because obviously he finishes and comes back. And like I said, with this show, I mean, obviously they don't do day by day by day. You know, there's obviously some time that passes. Now, the last couple episodes, it was kind of maybe like a day and then a day or two later because Georgie's brother Jeff was there for the last couple of episodes. So that might have been just maybe a day or two apart. But with the show, sometimes it could be a couple of weeks that pass. So, you know, I guess we will find out. But yeah, it says his ties to the past and his loyalties to his family in Heartland. So, an old friend. So I'm guessing that obviously his friend needs help with something. And so it's going to be another hard decision for Ty. Does he help and return to the past, or does he keep his loyalties? Which we know he'll keep his loyalties because he's still in the cast. Anyways, if you're ready, let's get started. You know, the camera focused in on that box of whatever that was that Ty was giving that dog. So you know, obviously, that they're making it that Joe is going to snatch it. So, obviously, that's probably where the thing is about the money, because he's probably going to snatch it, to sell it, to give the guy money. So it's like he's out of prison and he already owes someone money. You should go talk to Wade, you know? I think he is happy for Ty, you know, that he sees how well Ty has done, but then Ty never really went to prison. He was only ever just on probation. But yeah, I think he is proud of Ty, you know, at least that's how it looks here, that he's proud of him. Got my girl back here. Side note, I am watching iZombie. I am not reacting to it, but I am watching it. And we just finished season 1, and one of the people guest starring was Bryce Ward, who of course was Jeremy. And so I thought that was pretty funny. And the character he played acted a lot like Jeremy. You know, I joked, well, we found where Jeremy was hiding out. But yeah, he did. He acted a lot like Jeremy did. So, yeah, side note, I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, oh my god, it's Jeremy! You know, he had shorter hair, but yeah, it was definitely him. So I thought that was kind of cool. Speaking of Jeremy, I'm not sure if we'll see him again, because I think they said Jeremy did a total of 5 episodes, and so I'm not sure if, I don't remember if all 5 have already been done, or if we will see him again. One thing though, I said this show, as we know, Jeremy was kind of on the run. But it could be that they will close up that storyline, because that is still technically open. It could be that they will close it up at some point in the future, and we will see, or we will hear that, like, he was caught. Even if, like, we don't see the actor anymore, they might just say, oh, yeah, I heard on the news that they found Jeremy and he's being charged, blah, blah, blah. So that could happen. Or it could be that they just completely abandoned that story. Because, like I said, with him being on the run, that is technically still open. Like, are they going to find him and charge him for Buckingham's death? And for anything else, you know, falsely accusing Ty and whatnot. So, yeah. So, yeah, it just, nice thing about this show is they do seem to kind of wrap up stories and stuff. So we'll see if there is a mention of Jeremy, or if we see him again later. Because as I said, I don't remember. I think the actor did all the episodes in season 6, so I don't think we will see him again. But I could be wrong. He could have only done 4, but I think he did 5. I think he did 5 in season 6. I'll have to go back and double check. But again, even if he did, we might still hear about him later, even if we don't see him. It was kind of like, what was it, season 5 or beginning of season 6, when the Hanley barn was being sold, and they had Mr. Hanley dead on the ground, and Julian Richings had only done 2 episodes of the show, so obviously they didn't show the actor's face, but they did kind of follow up with the story. And it's too bad that they couldn't have done it. My guess is that at that point he was probably working on Supernatural, or he might have been working on something else, and so he wasn't able to come back. But I wish he would. It would have been nice to have kind of followed up with that, seeing the actor, you know. And it could have been that they asked him, and maybe they didn't. Maybe they were just like, yeah, your character's dead. We don't need you to come back. We're going to have, you know, just like a stand-in for you. Who knows?
Good.
She wanted to do one.
Hey,
You were
sure,
one.
absolutely.
We're working on it, thank you.
Okay, firstly, Lou, it's her project, not yours.
Not now.
And they're both going to do their own project.
Hi.
They're both going to finish their own project.
You got everything under control.
Wait.
Caleb. You knew that was coming.
Well, why didn't you say something?
She did.
Everyone just seems so into it. I don't want to hurt their feelings.
You don't understand.
Then make her understand. You guys are getting married. Talk. Communicate. You know, I like how Jack said, you need to talk to the man you're going to marry. Because it's like, yeah, you know, if they're getting married, they need to be able to talk about pretty much everything. And she is correct. He is using Ty. And, you know, I totally get what Ty is saying, you know, the point where he's like, you know, I owe him and blah, blah, blah. But she did make a valid point when she said, you did that. You made the choice. Because she's correct. He did make the choice. You know, it's like, did Joe maybe set things in motion since he went ahead and took the blame? Yeah. But how do you know that if Ty hadn't, say, gone to juvie, he may not have ended up at Heartland anyways? For something else, you know? Maybe if he had gone to juvie, they would have sent him there as part of, you know, probation or as some project. So he may have ended up there anyways, or on a completely different path, which would have put him on the straight and narrow. So you really don't know. So she is correct in that Joe is using him, and Ty needs to put his foot down. And to be honest, I think Joe will respect that. Do I think he likes how Ty has turned his life around? Yes. But he does think he can take advantage of it, which is kind of why he made that comment. But I do think if Ty puts his foot down, I do think Joe is going to respect how it's titled Best Man. And so, of course, you think it's going to be about Joe, and then they kind of twist it a little. And then it ends up his best man is going to be Caleb. Maybe they were trying to show that Caleb overall is a better friend, you know. So it's nice he asked Caleb to be the best man. And I've got cat hair all over me. I'm going to have to go and use the roller for the next video. She's obviously hungry for money. I like how you guys get to see my baby in this video. But yeah, obviously Joe has violent tendencies because he, threw Ty up against that wall. And I like how Ty's like, this isn't you, And you could see that the guy had a few tears in his eyes. But, he's still like, well, I figured you would help me out. He's trying to still play that. And if I were Ty, I would have been like, yeah. But guess what? It's water under the bridge. And I'm not going to bail you out every time. So get the fuck over it. I don't owe you shit, really.
I shouldn't have walked away from you.
No, you shouldn't have. You didn't do that to your wife.
I'm sorry. I marry you.
Aw. I have a feeling we are going to see Joe again. There's going to be some resolution to what happened. But like I said, I called it about the morphine, which is why, of course, the camera focused on it. Because Joe saw it, was probably thinking about it, and then, of course, did that. And you'll notice, obviously, he stole his car keys and the vet keys are obviously on the same keychain. So yeah, when he took the keychain, he took the car, his truck keys and that. But if there is keys to a motorcycle, and I wouldn't know because I have not ridden one. If there is keys to a motorcycle, obviously that was second. So it was good for Ty that he had that motorcycle. But I'm also thinking if he didn't have that motorcycle, he probably still could have gotten there, could have ridden Harley, or could have called Amy, and Amy could have come with Jack's truck. I do think it's kind of funny that there at Heartland, Amy doesn't have a vehicle. We've got Jack's truck, and of course there's I think it's an SUV that Lou and Peter have. It's an SUV, it's not a truck, so it's got to be an SUV. So we at least have those. And then, of course, with Ty, he's got his old Chevy. But, yeah, Amy doesn't have one, which makes you wonder if Amy's going to get one or if she's fine with the way things are. But she obviously does drive because we have seen her drive. So... it just makes you think about how people can manipulate. And like I said, I think we will see Joe again. And once again, I apologize for all the noises. I've got a couple windows open, and there's a lot of construction going on. It's trash day. And like I said, there's construction. They're paving gravel roads out there. So there's just a lot of noise and truck. So I apologize for any noise. Hopefully we'll be able to kind of lower the volume on it a bit, but I apologize if something is kind of loud. And I love that you got my baby in this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing her. Yeah, so the next one obviously will be Jack and Georgie, so they're finally going to get their fishing trip. But of course, as we know, nothing goes as on the show, or really any show, because if it did go as planned, you wouldn't really have an episode. You know, you have to have complications and everything. So I appreciate you joining me for this reaction. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the notification bell to be alerted of future reactions. I'd love if you could check out some of my other videos. I've got a variety for you to choose from, and of course, a whole hell of a lot more coming down. I'm not exactly sure when this video is going up. Time of filming, as you can see, it's warm weather. But you may be seeing this in the winter, or you may be seeing it in warm weather. I'm not sure, because I'm not exactly sure when this video will post. But whenever you're seeing it, I hope the weather is good where you are as well. If you can, follow me on Instagram and TikTok of the same name, Lazy Cat Reactions. And a shout out to my editor, Captain Factory. You can catch her link in the description. She is available for all of your editing needs. So if you are looking for an editor because you're, trying to choose your own channel, or for some other reason, whatever, feel free to give her a look. I'm sure she would appreciate it. And I am happy to have you here, and I hope you will stick around for my next one today, and I will see you next time. Bye.